English is the easiest language in the world. Non, non, pour moi, le français è la langue più simple. No, no, italiano è la lingua più semplice. Da niet, ruski язык самый простой язык в мире. Today I'd like to talk about the easiest language in the world, your native language. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is something that a lot of people understand, but some don't. It won't matter how difficult your native language is. If it's your native language, it will be easier than any other language in the world. This is simply just a matter of experience because you're surrounded by it at the probably the best time and probably the time where you learn the most in your life, which is childhood. If you're surrounded by it every day, it will seem very easy to you. But to a foreigner, it's not. Let's take Mandarin Chinese for example. Learning the characters alone for a foreigner is extremely difficult, but for a native speaker, it's very easy. This is because they are surrounded by it from an early age, and it's all they know. And when native speakers are asked to explain how they do this, it's simply easy for them. They don't need to think about it. Let me give you an analogy for what this is like. So imagine there were a society where everyone in the society played guitar. That's all everyone did. So your family plays guitar, your friends play guitar, at school you're given guitar lessons and graded on your guitar level, you're expected to play guitar. So imagine 15 to 20 years of this in your childhood. That's all you know is playing guitar. How good would your level be if you did this? It would be very good. It would be like almost uncomparable to someone that played guitar yesterday, for example. This is about what it's like for native speakers because you're surrounded by your language every day and the amount of experience is completely different. So say for example someone from another society comes to visit and they can't play guitar. They're really confused, they find it difficult, like how do I do this? And you just look at them and say, look, it's easy, just do this. And then you play something really complicated that requires 15 years of experience. This is about what it's like for native speakers and foreigners learning languages. Your native language is really easy for you. I'm speaking English right now and I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think about how I say certain words, how I pronounce things, what's the sentence order. It just all becomes natural because I have so much experience in the language. But in other languages, it's not as easy because I don't have that experience in my childhood. Let's take a rough estimate of the amount of time and compare them. So your native language is learnt throughout childhood, is learnt every day, and for roughly 10 to 15 years. So if we calculate that, we have 10 hours per day times 365 equals 3,650 hours a year. Then to make 15 years, we multiply that by 15, and we get 54,750. Foreign languages are normally learnt in late childhood or as an adult. For me it was once or twice a week for 1 hour at a time and for 5 years. So 2 hours per week times 52 equals 104 hours a year. 104 times 5 is 520 hours over 5 years. So comparing them, I had 54,750 hours learning my native language and 520 hours learning a language in school. Looking at this, it's obvious why your native language seems so easy. Even if you learnt a language 1 hour per day for 5 years, it will only be 1,820 hours. So just comparing these numbers, you can obviously see why your native language is so easy in comparison to foreign languages. This is one of the reasons why a lot of my videos are about difficulties in languages. I think that's mainly because I got frustrated when, say for example, I would find an aspect difficult in a language and I would talk to a native speaker and they would either disagree or say it was easy and they wouldn't understand how it's difficult for me. Now this isn't the case for every native speaker, it's just some. And a lot of people take Russian for example. I find Russian very difficult The grammar is very complicated. But for native speakers, it's very easy, and they don't have to think about it. And I would explain how a concept is difficult, and they would just say it's easy, just do this. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I don't have their experience. And they can't understand that. And then they say that English is way harder than Russian. Well, it's not their native language. I mean, it's something a native speaker can't know, how difficult their language is to learn from nothing when not learning it as a child and being surrounded by it for like 15 years. It's also the reason I made the 10 ways that English is hard for foreigners, because before I started learning languages, I had no idea and never thought about it. It was only until I had to explain to other people the rules, how this works, and learning another language myself helped me to understand what it would be like if I didn't know it at all. Let's take phrasal verbs, for example. There are basically no rules, and there are thousands of them. So I can imagine, oh, that's quite difficult. There aren't any rules. I can't really explain it. I mean, usually a general rule is if you can't explain something in your native language, it's probably quite difficult. So that's the main reason I make difficulty summaries. It's to show mainly native speakers how their language is difficult because they never think about it. I can imagine what it's like learning English as a foreigner, but I can't fully know because it's something I can't do. I can't forget it and then learn it again. I can only imagine what it's like. But that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.